and this is Madden 20 on E.
Okay, Coach, you know, the folks in the dog pound, they live for games like this. Snowy conditions here at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Miami Dolphins and the Cleveland Browns. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They will be led out by the Heisman Trophy winner from 2018 from Oklahoma, Baker Mayfield.
I know we were assigned this game, but let's face it, this is the one we wanted, isn't it? To have a chance to watch an MVP candidate perform down the stretches 4 weeks ago. How are you feeling about his chances?
Well, I think he certainly has a shot. It's going to determine what he does and what the others around him do for these last 4 weeks. But more MVP chatter, it seems like, every year as you hit the month of December. This year's going to be no exception.
Yeah, I know he's not ranked number 1 right now, but if he plays up to his capabilities, I think he's going to win the thing.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Look at the starters defensively for the Dolphins. They were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
I lost count of the number of turnovers that were occurring in that game.
Did.
Right? I mean, I had a clicker going after a while. 5, 6, 7, 8. It was unbelievable. There haven't been that many turnovers or takeaways, however you want to say, in the game since the Reagan administration. This is absolutely unreal.
I was in diapers. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
It's pretty much become the norm when we see guys come out before a game and go through the route tree with their receivers. I thought it was exciting for us to see the exact same thing happen in practice.
He's so meticulous, isn't he?
He really is, and that tells me it's not just a one-time-a-week thing. They work on it all the time, trying to hone that fine edge. They want to see if they can get in sync and stay in sync in this one.
No gain on the play there, second down. You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Kyle Van Noy in to drop him behind the line for a loss of a yard.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards there and a first down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Throwing on first down. Costello. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. They've been pretty good against the pass. Not amazing, but good. Number 13 in the league.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. And they'll run it here with Adams. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Got a man, it's Ross, complete.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
That's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The coverage good that time by Kendall Fuller.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high...
Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. Eli Harrell in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Taken from just outside the 30. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. Meanwhile, taking a look at what's going on in KC. And the Bengals out to the early advantage. Andy Dalton, an early touchdown pass in that one. Shedding the tackle. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers put up their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the set.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
56 to me, Alpha. Check 56. Ain't no such protein spill. Check 37. Check 37.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this 1st quarter. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the 2nd quarter. But likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end, Njoku.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way, work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
On 2nd down now, it's Johnson. And oh, he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And finally down at the 32-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Mayfield. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a 1st down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
What we got?
And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
And sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. It's a gain of 34. Not really any offense for them to speak of here in this 1st half. Maybe that's what they needed, that big play.
Yeah, it seems that maybe everything changes right there. They've been a little slow out of the...
And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And Nick Chubb, the one to finish it off, as he does so with a touchdown run. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Here we go.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. Only 3 there on the screen. It's 2nd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner. Everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
They run on 2nd down with Adams. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Costello. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Call it a gain of 14 for the 2nd play in a row. First foray into the red zone for Miami. 1st and 10 right at the 20. On 1st down, this is Adams. And the running lane's non-existent in this 1st half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And this throw will be intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. The 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And out come the Dolphins now. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Ready? Bravo! Hey, let's go!
On first down, Costello. He's going to air one up into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit. Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb, and that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. A run for Nick Chubb, and they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Cleveland. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Returnable here from the 38. A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Costello. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Costello steps away to his left. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
Under the category of obvious, you hate giving up a first down on 3rd and long. And somehow he finds his way downfield and picks it up.
Yeah, if you look at the coverage defensively, this is great, but no one accounted for him. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Adrian Phillips. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Encroachment, defense.
So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. A new life now following the late turnover. Maybe a chance for points here before the break.
Yeah, pretty nice situation they find themselves in because they're really maybe one completion away from giving their kicker a shot, and that gives them a chance to get some points up on the board.
First down, Mayfield. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
He's got Njoku over the middle. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. David Njoku, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
I heard a coach talk about those